spend $10,000 in Stellar, XLM, or Quant token QNT? Which one is more likely to make you a cryptocurrency millionaire, and which has the best ROI profile? In this video, we're going to break down which one has the biggest potential to 10, 20, 100x and what returns you can expect. Guys, as you guys know, loads of people, when they're buying these types of cryptocurrencies, they just expect it to 1,000x, 100,000x, whatever stupid number they want to come up with. In this video, I'm going to break down exactly what does it mean for these tokens to 10x and which one can happen more realistically. If you appreciate this type of content, smash all the likes. Don't forget to subscribe. Let's get straight into this one. We're going to start off by understanding where we currently are. Both of these projects are hugely suppressed right now. And what we do need to understand is we are sitting here at 13 cents here on XLM. Yes, it's done well over the last week or so, but the market cap is sitting at $3.46 billion. So if you were to spend $1,000 today on XLM, you can pick up 7,800 tokens. If you were to spend $10,000, you're going to get over 78,000 tokens. And if you spend up to $50,000, you can buy 391,000 XLM tokens. But here's where people get confused, because the token price is irrelevant. How many tokens you hold is irrelevant. The price looks cheap because it's 13 cents. The reality is you have to look at the market cap. So in this particular instance, I'm going to show you when we move on to QNT, where the price per token of QNT is much higher. It can be confusing because you need to look at the market cap. Now, these numbers are for illustrative purposes only. Scale them up or down based on your ability, right? If you can do 1,000, do 1,000. If you do 10,000, you can do 5,000. Go with whichever number. But I'm going to show you the way I model this out in terms of risk to return. In other words, if we were to get a 7x here on the price of XLM, if we want a 7x, right? If we're buying today because we want it to 7x and we're going to be comfortable with that return, then the token would have to go from 13 cents to 89 cents. More importantly, the market cap would have to go from $3.46 to $24.24 here on XLM. So we have to understand that XLM being primarily about payments, we have to be able to compare it to the market caps of other projects. And that's what I've done for you here on the right hand side. If you take a look here just above my head, I've put a few other companies you can start to compare XLM with, right? Maybe you can compare it with Stripe. And I know these aren't perfect one-to-one comparisons, nothing ever is, but we want to get an idea of what other companies are trading at in terms of valuation. Stripe just raised money at a $50 billion valuation. PayPal is sitting at a market cap of $80 billion. XRP, even despite what's going on, is sitting at $38 billion. It has, of course, been higher. Visa is sitting at $500 billion. So hopefully that gives you an idea of, the payment landscape and what XLM is kind of trying to carve out a niche in doing. So that 7x would have to bring you to $24 billion. Again, smaller than XRP here in a bear market. And to argue that you can't do that in a bull market when it's already been at that price point before is kind of like a baseline argument, right? So if you were to invest personally, this is not financial advice, but if you were going to invest in XLM and you didn't think it can get back to all-time highs, then why are you investing, right? That's the minimum level of conviction you would need to have, is to invest in an altcoin expecting it to at least get back to previous all-time highs. So that sits at $24 billion, and that would take your 1,000, 7x it to 7,000, your 10 grand would of course turn into 70, and your 50 grand investment will now be worth 350,000. 7x, and it sounds crazy. Now we're saying that's pretty predictable, right? That's like your base case. Now we want to take a look and see, okay, what about a 10x? A 10x now gets you to $1.28. Now you're talking $34 billion in market cap. And now you're at XRP's bear market cap, with the pricing in still to take place of the ruling that it's no longer a security, right? So again, a bit more of a lofty goal. Your 7,800 tokens will now be worth 10 grand. Your 78,000 tokens will be worth 100K. Remember, from your 10x your investment, and your 50 grand will be worth $500,000 here at a 10x. And again, I do not think a 10x is out of the realms of crazy here. I mean, this is like, we're talking about in the next bull run, right? Everything exploding, Bitcoin exploding, Ethereum exploding, these narratives running. To not be able to get to $34 billion, I mean, again, if you've not been in a bull market, maybe that sounds crazy to you, but these things really can start to get to this market cap. And again, that's still about just over half of Stripe's market cap. And this is decentralized payments, right? This is a bigger market, arguably. Okay, let's up the ante. And now we want to up the ante to 20x. Right? And this is where things really start to get interesting. 20x, this would be a nice return, right? Your 13 cent XLM token is now worth $2.55. market cap is knocking on the door of $70 billion. This is now where you start to creep up on the price valuation of something like PayPal, sitting at $80 billion in market cap. Again, it's possible, right, to get in between Stripe and PayPal's valuation. Your 1,000 will turn into 20 grand, your 10 grand will turn into $200,000, and your $50,000 investment today would officially make you a cryptocurrency millionaire at a 20x. And again, a 20x isn't guaranteed. I mean, this is now a bit more of a loftier price target, but this is not out of the realms of, crazy, that's not possible. No. If XLM want to be the leader in their space, and they're the best decentralized payment solution in the crypto space, and they continue to push towards the top 15 in cryptocurrency, why can they not get to $69 billion? And again, I use this example a lot. You got to go back to the last cycle and look at something like Cardano, sitting at $90 billion in valuation without their smart contracts being launched just yet, right? So when the bull market comes, new money flows into the market, and you start to see these market caps climb to the upside. So a 20x will get you a decent return there. Okay, let's keep going. Now we're looking at $138 billion in market cap if you want to see a 40x on your money. $5.10 token price, turn your 1 grand into 40 grand, your 10 grand into 400,000, and your 50 grand into $2 million. Again, this is now sitting at $138 billion. Let's put that into perspective, right? If we're to jump on over here into coin market cap, that 140 billion puts you here at half of Ethereum's bear market cap. So in order to price this out, things really would have to go your way, right? This is not like a baseline target. This is like a really stretch, maybe getting close to moon target. And the next one I'm going to show you is the absolute moon target, and that is to expect a crazy 75 or 150x, right? At a 75x, you want to just shy of $10 on your XLM tokens and a $250 billion market cap. This is the size of Ethereum right now. I mean, for a utility token, which is just going to be focused on payments, it's a little bit crazy, but then you've got to understand that's still only half of Visa's market cap. So again, that's going to get you to the size of Ethereum in the bear market, and your 1 gram will turn into 75, your 10 will turn into $750,000, and your 50 grand, which seems like a lot now, but a lot of people could, if they had to, get 50 grand together, will be sitting at $3.75 million, which is completely life-changing here for many people. And then we got our crazy moon target. Right? We have to put it in there. Now, like I always say, if you watch any of my breakdowns like this before, and I've done one of Cadena versus Casper, definitely go check that out for the battle of the proof of work plays. I never planned for any of these to happen. I never planned for any of these. I plan for these. When I invest in altcoins, as long as I comfortably think these things can happen, I'm good. If I can 7 to 10x my money with a medium chance I can get some of these and a very small chance that some of them will moon, then some of the altcoins in my portfolio will moon. I don't know which one specifically. I don't know if it's going to be XLM or Quant or any other project in my portfolio, but a couple of them will go in the moon target and some of them will go crazy, and I don't know which ones they are. But as long as I can make sure that I get my money back, first and foremost, I don't want this to go down. The red number is what I invested today. I don't want that to go down. As long as I can get a nice, comfortable return, the rest is all bonus for me, and that's fantastic. So I will never price these in, guys, but it's good to do the exercise, so that way when everybody in the community on Twitter is like, oh my god, XLM is going to go to, it's going to 1000x, hang on a second, are you off your head? 150x from where we are at now gets you to Visa's price target, right? So when people go, oh, it's okay, buy XLM now, it's going to go to $100. Like, really? Like, getting to $19 makes it the size of Visa, which is also roughly the size of Bitcoin right now. It's crazy, right, in terms of market cap. So hopefully that's given you some perspective. That comes with a few warnings. And the few warnings with XLM is that only 54% of the coins are in circulation. This is not meant as a tokenomic breakdown video. If you want a separate video breaking down the tokenomics, comment below which token, XLM or Quant, and tokenomics, and I can get that spun up for you. So you need to understand that there is a fully diluted market cap of 6.3 billion. In other words, you have to remember that 46% of this token supply can continually be leaked into the market. So when there is price movement, as a general rule of thumb, expect that there will be some releases of tokens and a little bit of dumping in the market as well. So you've got to always account for that in your tokenomics of the portfolios you're invested in. Let's now compare that to Quant, another really exciting play in the interoperability space. Again, this video is not meant as a fundamental breakdown. We can do separate fundamental breakdowns of the tokens that we have done. But for now, let's compare it in terms of a risk to return. So your $1,000 spent today is going to get you about 10 Quant tokens, right? Because Quant seems expensive. $100 per token. That's expensive, isn't it? Well, it's $1.2 billion. It's $1.2 billion in market cap. So it's roughly a third of the value of XLM despite being an interoperability play, which is quite interesting because XLM is still quite a niche play. Now, I like, just full disclosure, I like both of these projects, and I'll add both of these to my portfolio in small quantities, diversified part of my portfolio. So $1,000 spent today is going to get you 10 quant tokens, $10,000 is going to get you just shy of 100 tokens, and 50,000 will get you 493 quant tokens. What do we think we can get in terms of a return? A simple 5x will get you to all-time high territory and just above it of $428. That's going to bring you to a market cap of $6.12 billion. Again, it's far easier here for quant to do a 5x than it is for XLM because the value of XLM is larger. You've got to understand that. For quant to do a 5x, you just need to get to 6.12 billion. Okay, it's important to understand that. That's going to turn your 1,000 to 5,000. Your 10 grand is going to turn into 50 grand, and your $50,000 turns into $250,000. And again, I would not be invested in quant if I did not think fundamentally it could not get back to that 430 to 500 range. If it can't get back to that all-time high territory, then there's a lot of other more exciting altcoins I would not be invested in. The team should be absolutely disappointed if they can't even get to their previous bull market high, right? That's very, very important. Then I want to look at the more exciting target. And that is saying, can we get a 10x on the quant price? A 10x brings you to $1,000 per token, and that brings you to $12.24 billion in market cap. And here's what's crazy. That's not a crazy number. $12.24 billion in market cap. Let's go into CoinMarketCap right now, in the midst of a bear market. And there are plenty of tokens above that, right? You can see Cardano is sitting there at 11 billion, around that size. And we're in the midst of a bear market. Dogecoin as a meme coin is sitting at $10 billion in a bear market when nobody's interested in Doge right now. So to make the argument that, quant in the midst of a bull market, Bitcoin running, even meme coins running, all other narratives running, could quant not get to 12.24 billion? They'd have to do a lot of things wrong to not be able to deliver on that. Something would have to go drastically wrong. So again, I think that 10x is quite a comfortable 10x. I feel comfortable about that, this is the reason, these two levels would be the reason for me investing, right? My 1,000 could turn into 10, my 10 to a nice comfortable 10x to 100K, 50K getting to 500,000. And you cannot snub at these numbers. I know it sounds crazy because in the crypto world, we get desensitized to 1,000x, 100x. We hear the crazy story of someone jumping in a meme coin. If you can figure out how to do this repeatedly in your portfolio, you're going to become a millionaire very easily with cryptocurrency, right? You want to be getting these returns. Stop focusing on these returns down here. If they happen, they happen. You need to be pricing in and making sure you can get these returns as base case. These ones are lower risk, lower reward, but repeatable. All the altcoins in your portfolio, if you buy correctly, can give you a 7 to 10x. And if you keep doing those 5 to 10, 7x's, you're going to build your portfolio. If you can keep taking 1,000 turn to 10, if you can keep taking 10 and turn into 100,000, you've created a money machine, right? And that's the aim here. Too many people are trying to focus on this, and they end up losing their money because they take such risky plays, hoping to get 150x, that they end up losing their 1,000. They lose their 10,000, they lose their 50,000. Let's now ump the ante a little bit here on quant. Let's say we want a 20x, right? We want to 20x here and get to $2,000 per quant token. That is now putting you at $24 billion here in market cap. Now, what's incidental about this is that $24 billion in market cap is the same as if XLM was to 7x, okay? So if they're both at the same market cap at 24, they both get to that level. XLM would have just 7x'd, quant would have 20x'd, okay? So again, it's all about the valuation and the buy that you need to understand, okay? It's all about your entry point, the valuation you buy at, and the valuation you want to get to. So a 20x will bring you to $24 billion. Again, $24 billion in a bull market is not a crazy number. It's not. Like, again, I'll use the example of saying that something like XRP in a bear market is sitting at $38 billion. Dogecoin in a bear market sitting at $10 billion. Cardano in the last bull market, despite not having any smart contracts, it was a ghost chain at that point. Nobody was using it. There was no utility. Was sitting at $90 billion. Okay, so $24 billion. You're not ludicrous for making these arguments to say you can do that. So that will give you a 20x, your 1,000 will turn to 20 grand, and your 50,000 here would make you your cryptocurrency millionaire on quant tokens. Let's now get some little bit more advanced price targets here on quant, and we can go for 100x. Look at the 100x tokens, and again, these are the ones you do not want to be pricing in. You do not want to be pricing in these crazy price targets to the downside. Let's start with 100x. Brings your quant token to $10,000 per quant token. Sounds crazy. The valuation would then bring you to $122 billion in market cap. That's about half of Ethereum size right now. So again, if you were trying to make an argument for this, what would the argument be? Well, the argument will be that the next bull run comes by, Bitcoin explodes through multiple trillions of dollars in market cap, Ethereum is now sitting at $1 trillion plus in market cap, and the rest of the altcoins are picking up the space behind it, and therefore it wouldn't be a ludicrous argument for something like Quant to sit there reaching at the peaks of the bull market at $122 billion. That's what would have to go right? CBDCs are being built on the platform, it's being used for all these use cases, and adoption is growing across the crypto space globally. And then obviously the even crazier target is a 200x, bringing you to Ethereum size. And again, same as what I just said there, everything would have to go right. It would have to become Ethereum's current bear market size at 244 billion. So again, anybody buying Quant token who's saying, guys, buy Quant token, it's going to 1000x. Show them this spreadsheet, you do the math, you do the calculus, and you show them, guys, these are my realistic numbers. This is what I'm sitting at. These ones are moon cases. I would never plan for them. These are comfortably going to make me my money. And then sometimes I'm going to get this, and sometimes I'm going to get some of that, and I'm going to keep winning. Right? That's your answer when you're financially modeling this for yourself. So again, your 100x would give you a 1 grand into 100 grand. Your 10 grand would officially make you your cryptocurrency millionaire on Quant, and your 50,000 would have turned it into 5 million at 100x. And again, look at the tokenomics here on Quant. 81% in circulation, okay? Much better than the XLM tokenomics here. Now, in XLM, only 54% is in circulation, which means you have a high fully diluted market cap, whereas the Quant one is much more sensible. See, yes, Quant is cheaper, but again, being cheaper is not always the best, right? You guys have to analyze this from a fundamental perspective, which if you want me to do, you've got to comment below fundamentals, and we can make that video for you guys. To summarize, both of these great projects, 2 projects which I want to be holding into the next bull run. I won't be going crazy with huge allocations, but they definitely deserve a sliver of the portfolio. Let me know your thoughts on XLM and Quant in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.